Hey there, Dungeon Acid. Today's RPG a day word is vision, and I will be talking about vision and 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, specifically dark vision. But before we get to that, we have Dice Frog. Ooh, big D6 is what we have today. It's big and green and gold, and boom, and that's a 6. And our miniature of the day is very topical as well. It is a beholder. Now, as you can probably tell, although hopefully it wasn't too obvious, this is a custom miniature. It's actually made by taking a bouncy ball, index card paper and notebook paper, and Elmer's glue, and just like wrapping the basically doing like a semi paper mache thing, wrapping the bouncy ball in paper, forming a little eye thing, a little mouth, and then painting it. And yeah, it's pretty. Oh shit! It's pretty sturdy, as you can see. I was always proud of it, and it's a fun little beholder mini. And as you know, the beholder has many eyes and eye stalks, and those eyes, they see you with their vision. And so dark vision in D&D, and specifically 5th edition, what's the deal with dark vision? Everyone seems to get dark vision, and while that may seem benign, I bet any 5th edition Dungeon Master can attest to this, that it really does a lot of harm to the narrative of the story. Because what is more D&D than delving into a dark dungeon, lighting up a torch, and exploring the room as the flickering light of your torch, casts shadows on the stone dungeon walls, right? That feels very D&D. That feels very old school. What is more scary than losing your light source while you're in the middle of the dark dungeon? I once did a school field trip to a cave, and we were taken down to the cave, and then they were like, all right, well, everyone stay still or get ready because we're going to show you what absolute darkness looks like. And they turn off all the lights. And, I was holding like a handrail, but it is pitch black. You cannot see. It is very terrifying. And how terrifying would it be if there is no handrail and, in fact, there are monsters skittering around in the dark just like trying to eat you? That is very scary. And you lose a lot of that with dark vision. Now, I'm not saying that no one should have dark vision, but I do wish to limit it. So, how do I do dark vision? Well, in my view, if you were playing just a normal bog standard like Tolkien-esque fantasy setting where there aren't a lot of other zany player races add on, elves are the only ones who have dark vision. Okay. Elves, that's their whole thing. They're super perceptive. They can hear better. They can see better. Elves get dark vision, but no one else. Dwarves, you might say, oh, they should get dark vision because they live in the mountain. No, just because you live underground, maybe you know better about what to do in a situation of darkness, or how to navigate cave systems, how to identify rocks, better practices in mine safety. Sure, all those things can be under the purview of dwarves, but dwarves need to light up their passages just like humans, just like everyone else. So elves are the only bog standard, Tolkien-esque race that I think has dark vision. Now, if you bring other ones in, I can see a case for tabaxi, because they're cat eyes, right? So they're the only ones that I might like say, okay, they, the tabaxi get it as well if you're going through the whole realm of all the different races in 5th edition that you can choose now. Elves and tabaxi, but that's my limit. What do you think about dark vision? Do you think it is applied just right in 5th edition? If so, I disagree. But tell me why. Tell me your thinking. Roll on.